So, David, 2-1 win at Kendal today. It wasn't pretty, but we've gone home with 3 points.
These 3 points, and we rode our luck. I thought there was a stonewall penalty against us in the second half, but we've had plenty given that weren't this season, and plenty for us that we haven't been given. So, not sure it's evened out yet, but we probably needed a little bit of luck. I thought the lads dug in well. We just didn't play as good football in the second half and didn't create as much as we perhaps should have done.
Good reaction to going, conceding an equaliser, going straight back up the other end and getting a goal as well.
Reaction. And that was one of the few times we zipped the ball around with a bit of purpose. So straight from the kick-off, worked it down the right-hand side, a couple of 1-2s, down the side of the defence and a good ball across. And we needed to do that more. We probably had 3 or 4 good chances in the first half from that. Didn't do it in the second half, forced the ball a bit too much.
First half as well, Harry Pratt, his touch for that first goal was outstanding. Another good first half from him today.
And that's what Harry's got. And he flagged a lot in the second half. I think he was struggling a little bit with his groin. If I had a big criticism in the first half, some of his link-up play was excellent, but he then wasn't getting in the box to try and get on the end of things. He perhaps a couple of times been a little bit more selfish and got shots off. I see him doing it in training all the time. He seems reluctant in games, but again, he showed some of the real qualities he's got. He was excellent for spells in the first half today.
So again, not a nice one to talk about again, but we've had 3 subs forced on us today. Problems with injuries again mounting up?
Well, we have to have a real look for next weekend. We're getting close now to where we can't bring any players in. I think we've maybe only got another week or 2 to sign players, and it's looking like we might need a few more bodies. Conor Morris was tight, he should be okay for next week, but Bailey Marsden's got a bit of an hamstring strain. Will looks like he's got quite a bad hamstring problem. JB, 20 minutes in, and I thought he started superb. I thought he was running the game. And actually him coming off caused us a few problems. It took us 10-15 minutes to adjust, but his is a funny one. He said he had pins and needles, lost a bit of sensation in his feet, so we hope it's something that's just a bit of tightness we can work out of him, but we'll see on that. And then Mason was an ankle. You know, he was an offside that he didn't pull back quickly enough. It was a foul afterwards, and he looks like quite a bad ankle strain, so we'll see how that looks Tuesday.
And then Deck as well, obviously not involved today, that another one.
No, and Deck could well be the season, unfortunately. So he complained about a knee problem on Tuesday. We had a look at it and we thought it might be something quite bad around meniscus. He's been to see Southport's physios. He's not our player, so it's important that we manage that properly. He's been to see Southport's physios. They think he's similar, and he's waiting for a scan now. He should be having a scan this weekend. But if it is meniscus, he's just going to need to rest. So unfortunately, that could be him. So we just wait and see.
And without Deck in the team today, we know Will came off at half-time, but Will got some minutes in the bank, and Jack as well.
Will. I mean, Will's played 90 minutes since he's been here. He played the 90 at Bootsland, did okay. He looked a bit rusty today. He grew into the game, I thought. But then his hamstring went. I thought Jack did well when he came on. He's not played centre half often this season, but we know he can play there, and he looked pretty comfy. He's good in the air. He's a good athlete, and he can step out and play. So we've got cover, but we're rapidly running out of bodies. And we did have a few of the under-17s play with us, train with us last week, and it's possible we'll get a couple of those on forms, and they might be in a couple of squads come the end of the season, which would be good experience for them. But they showed in training they've got enough to kind of come in and do a job at this level if we need them to.
And we spoke about last week about not letting the season fizzle out. Is this a sort of kickstart now for the rest of the season?
Hope do you hope? So. Yeah, it's important that we don't let it fizzle out. We've got a chance to finish high up the table, and that's important. We want momentum going into next season. We want the bulk of this squad still here. We want to see Joe Rothwell, who I thought was excellent today. We want to see how he does and give him a good run at this level, so he acclimatises, ready for next year. So there's a lot we can still take out of the season. Today we took a lot of character. We showed some good football in patches. Like Andreas did very well. So there's still a lot to play for in terms of personal pride, in terms of development, and in terms of getting ourselves ready for what I'm hoping is another push for the playoffs next year.
Thanks, David. Well done.
Thanks, Nathan.